Riverwood was a small, picturesque town nestled in a valley, surrounded by thick forests and flowing rivers. It was the kind of place where everyone knew each other's business and news traveled fast. Among the residents was Felix Anderson, a quiet, unassuming boy with a talent for blending into the background. His slight build and gentle demeanor earned him the nickname Mouse, a moniker that seemed to stick. Felix lived with his grandfather, George, a retired carpenter who had taken care of him since his parents' untimely death in a car accident when Felix was just a baby. George was a kind but reserved man, and the two lived a modest life in a small cottage on the edge of town. Felix loved to read and spent most of his free time at the town library, where he devoured books on every subject imaginable. Despite his intelligence and curiosity, Felix was often overlooked by his peers. He was neither particularly athletic nor outgoing, and his quiet nature made it easy for others to forget he was there. But Felix didn't mind too much. He had his books and his grandfather, and that was enough for him. One rainy afternoon, Felix stumbled upon an old, dusty book in the library that seemed out of place among the neatly arranged shelves. The book had no title, and its cover was worn and faded. Intrigued, Felix opened it to find a handwritten letter tucked inside. The letter was from an adventurer named Jonathan Reed, who had lived in Riverwood over a century ago. It spoke of a hidden treasure buried somewhere in the town, a treasure that had the power to change the life of whoever found it. Felix's heart raced with excitement. A hidden treasure in Riverwood? It sounded like something straight out of the adventure novels he loved to read. He quickly made copies of the letter and the clues it contained, determined to solve the mystery. Felix knew he couldn't undertake this adventure alone, so he enlisted the help of his best friend, Emma. Emma was the polar opposite of Felix, outgoing, adventurous, and fiercely loyal. She was always looking for excitement, and the prospect of a treasure hunt was right up her alley. Together, Felix and Emma pored over the clues in the letter, which led them to various landmarks around Riverwood. The first clue pointed them to the old mill by the river, a place that had been abandoned for years. As they explored the mill, they found a hidden compartment containing an old map with strange symbols and markings. The map led them to the town cemetery, where they discovered a cryptic inscription on an ancient tombstone. Each clue they uncovered seemed to bring them closer to the treasure, but it also attracted the attention of others who were eager to claim the prize for themselves. News of Felix and Emma's treasure hunt spread quickly through Riverwood, and it wasn't long before they found themselves facing competition. The most formidable of these rivals was Blake Thompson, the town's star athlete and the leader of a group of bullies who had tormented Felix for years. Blake saw the treasure hunt as an opportunity to prove his superiority once and for all. He and his friends followed Felix and Emma, trying to steal their clues and sabotage their progress. Despite the challenges, Felix and Emma pressed on, their determination unwavering. As they delved deeper into the mystery, the dangers became more real. They encountered hidden traps, treacherous terrain, and puzzles that tested their wits and courage. But with each obstacle they overcame, Felix grew more confident in his abilities, discovering a strength within himself that he never knew he had. After weeks of searching and countless close calls, Felix and Emma finally deciphered the final clue. It led them to an old, overgrown section of the forest on the outskirts of town, a place that was rumored to be haunted. Undeterred, they ventured into the forest, guided by the map and Felix's keen intuition. Deep in the heart of the forest, they found a hidden cave entrance, concealed by thick vines and underbrush. As they made their way inside, they discovered a series of tunnels and chambers, each more intricate and dangerous than the last. The air was thick with anticipation and fear, but they pressed on, driven by the promise of the treasure. At the end of the labyrinth, they entered a large, dimly lit chamber. In the center of the room stood an ancient chest, its surface covered in dust and cobwebs. Felix's hands trembled as he approached the chest and carefully opened it. Inside, they found not gold or jewels, but something far more valuable, a collection of old journals and documents detailing the history of Riverwood, the struggles and triumphs of its people, and the legacy of Jonathan Reed. Among the papers was a deed to a large piece of land on the outskirts of town, a land that Jonathan Reed had intended to be used for the betterment of the community. Felix and Emma emerged from the cave, not with material wealth, but with a newfound understanding of their town's history and a sense of purpose. They presented their findings to the townspeople, who were initially disappointed by the lack of gold but soon realized the true value of what had been uncovered. With the deed in hand, the town decided to honor Jonathan Reed's wishes by using the land to create a community center and park, a place where people could come together, learn, and grow. Felix and Emma were hailed as heroes, their bravery and determination celebrated by all. Felix's transformation from a quiet, overlooked boy into a respected and admired member of the community was nothing short of remarkable. He had proven that even the smallest and most unassuming person could make a significant impact, and his journey inspired others to believe in themselves and their potential. As the years passed, the community center and park became the heart of Riverwood, a symbol of the town's unity and resilience. Felix continued to be an integral part of the community, using his intelligence and curiosity to help others and uncover more of the town's hidden stories. Emma pursued her dreams of adventure, traveling the world but always returning to Riverwood, where she and Felix would reminisce about their incredible journey. Their bond remained unbreakable, a testament to the power of friendship and the strength of the human spirit. Riverwood had changed forever, not because of a hidden treasure of gold or jewels, but because of the courage and determination of a boy named Felix Mouse Anderson. His story became a legend, passed down through generations, inspiring young dreamers to embrace their own journeys and believe in the extraordinary potential within themselves. Decades later, Felix Anderson, now a wise and respected elder, often found himself surrounded by young children eager to hear the tale of his adventure. He would sit in the shade of a large oak tree in the park, his eyes twinkling with the memories of his youth, and recount the story of the hidden treasure, the challenges he faced, and the lessons he learned. Felix's story was more than just an adventure. It was a reminder that true treasure lies not in material wealth, but in the bonds we form, the knowledge we gain, and the courage we find within ourselves. The legacy of Felix Mouse Anderson lived on, a beacon of hope and inspiration for all who called Riverwood home.